Hi, good Saturday, everybody. This is Anna from Hotoptionbabe.com. On the chart here, I have a picture of the E-mini S&P 500 index futures, and what I want to go over with you is basically the same thing that we've been talking about for a while. The markets have been rising on bad news because the markets are pricing in that Ben Bernanke is going to do a ton of money, maybe $1 trillion into quantitative easing. So even though the jobs report was horrible, minus 95,000 jobs. That's horrible. We're not even stabilizing. We're actually still going down, but yet the market's going up. Now, why is that? And that's because the traders are pricing in all this free money that Ben's going to be throwing out of his helicopter. And they like free money. The banks can actually borrow for nothing and then just hold the money for a couple percentage points, and they still make money even if they don't lend. So it's not a long-term solution by any means, but that's what's going on. And that's why if you scratch your head and go, the economy is so bad and things are so bad, why do we continue to rise in the markets? And that's the reason why. I said on Friday, if the jobs number comes in worse than expected, it's likely that the markets will take that as more of a sign that Ben Bernanke is going to really do his QE2. Now, moving on to the chart, we're still, I believe, close to a correction. By no means is there any crashes unless some unforeseen circumstances arises. That is not the case. We are at close to 78.6 retracement level at 1170.95. We are at 1160. It's about another 10 points that we could go up, and it's even possible, yes, we go and you retrace to 1216.75. We have a bearish rising wedge here on the daily chart. You can see it's not drawn very well, but it's there. So I'm not the best line drawer, but you get the general idea. And the MACD is way overbought, but it's not turning down just yet, but the stochastics are on the daily. Now, I thought Friday we might see some selling, but it did not close at the highs of the days. It actually closed more down towards the lows after hours. You can see this bullish DMI, which I love to use. It's a sign of who's in charge of the markets, okay? Obviously, the bulls are in charge, but you can see it's starting to turn down. The strength of that move is shown by this yellow line, which is the ADX line, and that is not gaining any strength. So I'm looking for next week. You know, normally OPX is bullish, but I don't know how much more they can push it up. I do see some selling into next week or the week after. So I'm taking very small positions. You just don't want to go, too crazy either way, because they're so close to, you could get caught at the top here in this final wave up, or you don't want to get taken out, being beaten up like the bears were in 2009, where they continually tried to short the market and got burned. So that's what I tell my people in the lounge, my folks, that just keep it really small. We'll try to. The charts they're tough. I mean, the charts have said that we're overbought here, and you can see down here on the stochastics, the charts show that we're overbought here. Same with the MACD. For a long time, the histogram on the MACD is starting to come down, which is a sign that we are nearing a top, which is divergence or bearish divergence. So we have some earnings coming up next week, so that's always exciting. So if you haven't tried the lounge, give it a try. It's free for a week. If you don't like it, you just don't have to sign up. So there you go. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.